Well, I found something interesting and wow, and kind of like disturbing all at the same time. So I came across this video, and it was the actual recording in the video I'm going to play that's up in the left-hand side of your screen is a recording of a Dick Lame, or a Richard Lame, L-A-M-M. So, lame? He was a governor of Colorado, like back in the late 70s and in the 80s, right? He was a Democrat, liberal, libtard. So this recording, he was recorded in 2003, and he came up with 7 steps to destroy America. Yeah. But apparently he wrote a book in 2005. I mean, 2000, I'm sorry, 2000, not 2000, in 1985. Yeah, guys, we got to get used to these dates, right? Us old folks. So somehow Mark Levin got a hold of it. And Mark Levin played it on his radio show in 2014. I'd never even heard of this, right? So, I mean, I don't get of everything, whatever, you know. I can't come across and learn everything all at the same time, which I wish I could. Like in the Matrix, you get that download, hit me, and then you just know everything. But this is absolutely disturbing. So I got Don Lemon down here in the corner, and I'm just using him as an example of a foot soldier of part of the 7-step process to destroy America, and he is one of them. Either he is ignorant of what he's doing and what he says and what he defends because he's been brainwashed, or 2, he totally knows what he says is bullshit and he's full of shit, and he's just doing it to further the agenda of what we're fixing to hear. So I think what we're going to do, without further ado, is, and this is quite disturbing, by the way. So let's hear what this guy, Richard Lame, L-A-M-M, governor of Colorado back in 2003, said this at a meeting.
I would like to share with you my plan to destroy America. Number 1, I'd make it a bilingual, bicultural country. History shows us that no bilingual, bicultural country lives at peace with itself. There's not one, I believe, that doesn't exist with an incredible amount of tension and conflict, if not civil war. My second part of my plan would be to invent something called multiculturalism. This would be 2 parts. Number 1, I would say that all cultures are created equal. It would make no difference and make it impossible to talk about such things as culture. And the second one is that I would really try very hard to make people continue their cultural identity. My third part of my plan would be to make the fastest growing demographic group in that country the least educated. I would add a second underclass to the first underclass, unassimilated, undereducated, antagonistic, and then I'd have 50% of them drop out of school, not graduate from high school. The fourth part of my plan would be to get the big foundations to fund, and big business to fund these efforts with lots of money. I would invest in ethnic identity and victimology. I would get them to think about their lack of success was only the fault of the majority. The fifth part of my plan is I would develop dual citizenship. I would promise people actually divided loyalties. The sixth part, and this is important, I would place all of these subjects off limits. I would make it taboo to talk about, actually, or criticize this whole thing. I would make it come up with a word like heretic used to be 200 years ago. Let's say we'd call it racist. And I would try to accuse anybody of this that would object to my ideas. My seventh part, then, I would make it impossible to enforce our immigration laws. I would develop a mantra, let's call it this, that Because immigration has been good in the past for America, it will continue to be good in the future.
Wow.
You avoided it for years.
Wow. That's just, what have we seen? What have we seen? Divide the nation through bilingualism and multiculturalism. We've been seeing this. Dumb down education to keep citizens ignorant. Damn, I've been talking about this in my videos for over a year. The dumb down of the education. Parents out there, you know what I'm talking about. Or if you have some kids that are just maybe in their 30s, because I have a son that's 38, and I saw the decline from when I was in school to when he's in school, and he's 38. Fund the chaos through leftist foundations and NGOs. Usher in George Soros is at least one of the major players. I did a video last year of George Soros, and y'all can go Google this. You don't have to look at my video. Go Google George Soros and what colleges that he had funded, and also under the pretense that they would do these diversity studies, the DEI studies, and the liberal stupid ass arts, and also defunding the police. They had classes on this shit. So they've been systematically doing this for, like, guys, the past 40 years or longer. They've been doing it. But they've been repping it up. You have got to admit that everything that we are at right now is part of this plan. Promote dual loyalties and erase national identity. Promote dual loyalties and erase national identity. Silence dissent by labeling patriots racist or phobic. Damn, we've seen that on steroids the past decade. You disagree with the libtards on the LGBT alphabet soup. You won't do the pronouns. You don't want boys and girls bathrooms. Well, you're a bigot, sexist, homophobe, and you're a racist. What have they been teaching black kids? What was that first one? The bilingual, multicultural. I mean, this is just insanity on steroids. This is crazy. And looky here. He says, take the lowest one, make them what? He said, dumb them down? And then they had the blacks on that list as well?
Group in that country the least educated. The plan would be to make the fastest growing demographic group in that country the least educated.
What's the fastest growing group? It's Mexicans. The Mexicans have let their poorest of the poor, the uneducated, come into this country.
I would add a second underclass to.
And look, and there's the second underclass would be blacks. Look at this. That's crazy.
The first underclass, unassimilated, undereducated, antagonistic, and then I'd have 50% of them drop out of school, not graduate from high school.
What's been happening systematically in the black community? Now, another part of this I think we can add is that when social programs came into play, so blacks only make up 14% of the population. So you have, I don't even know what the percent, I guess I should go and research this, but look, we all know there's a good percentage of them that are on systematic welfare and generational welfare. So it's keeping them underclass. It's not, I mean, why isn't it Don Lemon talking about that? Why is it, where's his outrage? His outrage is on, oh, ICE is deporting illegals, and it's just so horrific. It's completely idiotic. So either one, he's just completely stupid, or two, he knows exactly what he's doing because he's part of the problem. He's part of this diabolical plan to destroy America. Trump said in a press conference not more than 2 days ago, because I covered it, I did a video on it. He says, I keep asking myself, I don't know why anybody would do this. He's talking about Biden and his crony administration, how they let millions upon millions of not the best and brightest of other countries come into our country. He says, I can't wrap my head around why would they do this. So, and I'll say this about Trump, either one, he's being disingenuous and he really knows and he's just not saying it. I don't know. I don't know. Or maybe two, he's just been so busy because he's busy working 24 hours a day. He don't have time to see this nonsense unless somebody points it out to him. Like, look, they've been planning this for years, which I would think he would know this. That this has been in the playbook. I mean, I thought everybody knows about Saul Alinsky's rules for radicals. Destroy the country from within if you want to replace it with something else. This is what they do. And this plan here has been systematically in place through my lifetime. And here we are today. And look at this. Make immigration laws unenforceable. What have they been trying to do? They've been suing Trump left and right. They could give a shit about the taxpayers' money. They're just trying to stall. But I've been watching, dude, let me get his name for you guys. It's attorney Andrew Branca show. Y'all need to go check him out. Let me move this over so you can see his name. There's his name. And he goes over constitutional law. This particular video, he says Trump crushes blue states. SCOTUS confirms his commander-in-chief powers. So basically in this particular video, which I watched earlier this morning, so he was reading the arguments where Newsom had sued Trump for the National Guard to not come into California. But did y'all know the National Guard used to be called the militia? I think it should still be called that because it's so cool. But when there was a guy in the militia, he was called up by somebody else to go, and he said no, right? So it went to court, right? And this is what Bronco Andrew is going. He's going over because in this court filing, they're referring to that case. That when it was called up into the militia, and this one person, he said no, so they went to court. But then out of the court, it's saying, no, the president has the right to do this. And I mean, I can't explain it as detailed as he does, but this is my little brain, which you should go check it out because it's really educational. The National Guard was called the militia. So I think it should be called that again. So anyway, because it's so cool and awesome. It's almost like the Department of War instead of the Department of Defense. See, they've always been pussying us down, man, these liberals. That's what they've been doing. They need to be called the militia. Because that's what they were, you know. That's what they were. But he reads this off, and it's saying the president has a right to do this. Because we all see that in Colorado and in Portland, the police can't seem to handle it. The ICE officers are under attack. The federal facilities are under attack. And plus, they're impeding the ICE guys getting out the illegals. They're impeding them from doing their job that the president has instructed them to do. And plus, it's their job anyway to do it. I just thought this was so interesting. I mean, censor truth tellers who dare to expose it on this other one. Censor truth tellers who dare to expose it. Make immigration laws unenforceable. That's why I was bringing up Andrew here, because they've been trying. They've been trying, but thank God we have the Constitution. Thank God. Because these people who want to divide the nation through bilingualism and multiculturalism, dumb down education, which we've all been seeing it, fund the chaos through leftist foundations. We all know who's been funding. It's been these left millionaires, billionaires funding these Antifa and all these different kinds of protests. They're being paid to do it. I always thought, like, why are these people, when you were watching the news a few years ago and we had these different riots throughout the country because of either a cop killed a black person or whatever reason they came up with to go. And I thought, why are these people burning their own city, their own little shops, and destroying everything? But it turned out most of the people they arrested didn't even live there. Did the mainstream media tell you that? No, they did not. They did not tell you that. And I think the Republicans need to be doing a better job and it's not playing dirty, it's showing facts. It's just showing facts. Look, these people are being bussed in here. They're not even in this town, and they just burnt down other fellow blacks' town, little neighborhood. I mean, where's the outrage, Don Lemon? Where's the outrage? Now, you sit on your high horse. You sit on your high horse. I don't see you complaining about the dumbing down of the education. I don't see you outraged about the black communities. No, you're just blaming it on white people or the police. Is that what you're doing? When we have generational welfare for these communities, and I'm not saying the whites did it, we're talking about the systematic destruction of America, which they wanted the underclass of uneducated to pour into the United States, which was going to be the Mexicans. And what have we seen over Biden's administration? Millions upon millions of them poured in. And how long have we been seeing divide the nation through bilingualism and multiculturalism? That means it's okay to keep your culture, don't assimilate. How often have we heard that? Because most of us are like, well, you're supposed to assimilate. You're supposed to pledge allegiance to America. But I had seen this shift where through the football games, this is how you indoctrinate. They're like, oh, I ain't putting my hand over one nation under God, and I'm not going to pledge allegiance to the flag. This is all part of that. And I'm not a conspiracy theory goofball. All of these points have been hit. You could just, and it's not some Nostradamus shit where you're like, okay, it has to happen, and then you can make the equate that his quatrains, yeah, we can just kind of make it fit. No. This isn't making it fit. This is freaking reality. Silence dissent by labeling patriots racist. That has been in our faces. They're calling people Nazis on the right. Conservatives, Nazis. That's part of that. That is part of that. Make immigration laws unenforceable because they want them in here. They want us to implode. It's sick. It's diabolical. They want to replace it with something so more powerful people could just sit in their castle on top of a mountain and look down at the rest of the peasants. I mean, it is beyond comprehension. Censor truth tellers who dare to expose it. So what does the media do? They do not report the truth. Biden, in a State of the Union address, mentioned illegal aliens. Y'all go Google it. The next day, he releases a press conference to apologize. Who the hell was running the White House? It certainly wasn't him. And it wasn't his handlers. It was the puppet masters dangling him on a string. Because if it was me, I'm like, I'm not apologizing for that. What the hell? What was Biden doing? What did Obama do when he went? What was it? Who did he bow down to? Y'all can go Google it. He bowed down to somebody in another country, and it was like everybody was like, "Whoa!" Well, most of the people on the right were like, "Holy crap! Where is your balls? Did your wife make you take them off, and you left them at home? You bowed down to somebody else and another leader in another country? Are you insane?" I saw it. I just can't remember who he's bound down to, but I remember seeing the footage on the news. I don't know if I guess I was watching Fox News or whatever it was. But the left just thought it was as awesome. Look, he's showing his respects. What the fuck? Dude, bro. I sped up this Don Lemon because, we want to get through it. But the hypocrisy here, and this points out that somebody might agree with him. Shoot, he ain't got quite 1 million followers, but he's had quite a few people chime in. He had, what does he have? He had 80K. This was posted 2 days ago. He's got 80K views on it. And of course, they're all attacking Megyn Kelly in his chat, so he's got him a little following there, but he's going to be talking about the ICE agents and how horrible they are, arresting people. I mean, it's just like, bro, you can't make this stuff up. But I wanted you to be looking at this format here, this seven tier plan that I think fits with what we've seen over the past 30 years. I think it's been systematically done. It's been Common Core, dumbed down education to keep the citizens stupid. Of course. Keep them stupid, keep them docile, give them money. And I think it's kind of backfired when they dumped all those illegals into these poor black areas in Chicago. And then finally they're like, holy shit. I guess they did it too soon because I guess maybe the blacks weren't dumb enough for them, because you got people over there now protesting about it. You got Zoe. Y'all go check out her channel. I mean, they are all speaking out about this, and they're tired. They're finally tired of the bullshit. Where's Don Lemon going and talking to Zoe and her people? Why isn't he there talking? They're black. He's all about the downtrodden. But no, he's more concerned about the illegals than he is his own people, which it should be. We're all our own people. We're all Americans. I'm just trying to make a point of his hypocrisy is why ain't he going and finding out, hey, Zoe said her mom just got scammed from the city for her property. Like they just took it from her and I think they mowed down the building or whatever her mother had. And then they've just been covering it up with bureaucracy. Why ain't he going and looking and doing that? Why is Oprah Winfrey building schools in Africa or India? Why ain't she doing shit here in the inner cities? She's a freaking billionaire. What the hell? Where are they helping these people screaming, hey, we want Trump to come? These black people in Chicago are saying this. Did he go and talk to them? Because if he was a good reporter, you look at both sides. You're going to go talk to the protesters. Like, why are you protesting? In your head, you're like, yeah, you're a dumbass. But no, he's like thinking they're right. Which I've seen him on the streets talking to protesters. But did he go find out Zoe or these other groups that have been trying to do press conferences? They've been posting videos. They've been going down to City Hall, and they're really passionate, and they have a grave concern that all these illegals got dumped in their area. It wasn't dumped in the rural areas where Pritzker lives or where Johnson lives. Oh, hell no. That shit, remember what happened at Martha's Vineyard? When they, I don't know what city or state it was, but give that mayor or whoever a medal, where they sent a buttload of immigrants to Martha's Vineyard and let them out. Guess what happened? Go Google it. Them bitches got the militia. They got the militia, the National Guard, to clean them out. Got them out of their neighborhood. Got them out of Martha's Vineyard. But no, they're the party of compassion. But they don't want them in their backyard. They want them in your backyard. My backyard. That's the hypocrisy is no bounds.
Let me just show you the reason that so many people are outraged, okay? And the reason that I don't know, and then I'll show you the reason, then I'll show you the people pretending that there's no need for the outrage. So first of all, let me show you, this was Chicago from last week. I'll show you a bit of that.
Now, I sped this up a bit, guys, okay?
So that was a week ago. We left Chicago a week ago.
She's going, what the fuck? What the fuck? Well, let me tell you, if you dumbasses weren't there in the first place impeding these people's jobs, which they are told to do this is their job. It's always been their job to get illegals out of the country and detain them at these ICE facilities. This is their job. Nothing has changed. But you guys are there because you're so concerned about keeping the illegals here who kill people, which we all saw the guy that had got the CDL driver's license from Gavin Newsom in California, and he just killed 3 more people on the freeways because he just wants a better life. We have to show compassion to these people. I think these people are paid to go out here and say this nonsense. So he just said that was Chicago.
Ago Monday, and these were protesters that I think these were state police, okay?
Now this video was posted 2 days ago, and today is Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, 10/25/25.
And then now show the Portland one.
Your car insurance company hopes
Sorry. I don't have premium.
company might charge you.
That's Portland, okay? And that is against protesters. Now, I want to show you, this is from Chinatown yesterday here in Manhattan. Watch.
I don't know if y'all can see because it's kind of small. Maybe I can go ahead and make this a little larger. Where he's got people, I guess these are super chats for him. And somebody says, this is so horrible to look at. What the hell? What, are you kidding me? I don't know about y'all, but when I look at this, I'm like, those people are dumbasses and they need to get a life. Why are they outside an ICE facility at night causing problems? Go away. Go home. What are you doing? Stop it. Yeah, one of them probably spit on the officer. Who knows what they did, but they got taken down. They're like, oh, this is so horrible to watch. It pains my heart that they're just so cruel. Somebody wrote Chinatown. Oh my God. Look. Who is that guy? Y'all go Google it. He was caught. He was, I guess he was sleeping with her, dating this Chinese woman who was a spy. Just throwing that out there for you. So it ain't just Mexicans, people. It's Guatemalans. It's Mexicans. It's Chinatown. I don't think Trump's being racist. Somalians, man. Biden let every damn person under a rock, their lowest and not their brightest people come into our country. Not Chinatown. This is some straight bullshit. This is people writing.
So this is what happened. And they're saying that they were snatching up vendors on Canal Street yesterday. So randomly going through.
It was.
Now, I'm just showing you the chaos. I don't know if they identified themselves. I was not there. Many people are saying they don't really identify themselves. They don't show any warrants, probable cause, or a warrant signed by a judge. They don't. And so I said, well, you guys know what I said, that this was a moment that everyone needed to know what their constitutional rights were, especially as it relates to the Second Amendment. And as I started thinking about it, about the tyrannical government and government overreach, that's what the Second Amendment was written for. That's basically the premise of the Second Amendment. Especially if people come to your door and you don't know who they are in their mask and they show no probable cause and they show no identification, then
I think you're going to know who they are if they show up at the door. And they've got on all this gear and it says, you're going to know who they are. I highly doubt they're going to come to my door unless somebody plays a prank and wants to swat me. I think that was a thing, which they should go after whoever does that, and it turns out to be nothing. They're just doing it because they don't like the person getting them swatted or whatever, or something stupid or whatever. But I think with anybody with any intelligence, watching this play out across these different cities in the country is like, why are these young people out here doing this? Why aren't they at home having dinner and going to bed and going to school the next day or going to work? What the hell are you doing? This is stupid and absurd. If these people that they get turn out to be okay, maybe they got a visa, maybe they don't, maybe their visa ran out, maybe I don't know. I'm just saying, if they're illegal, they got to go. Why did we elect Donald Trump? Because this is what we wanted. But this is part of the plan. Silence dissent by labeling patriots racist and phobic. Make immigration laws unenforceable. Isn't that what we're seeing here? So somebody's paying them, fund the chaos through leftist foundations. Paying these people to go out there, because who the hell in their right mind that had any brains, a brain cell, would not be out there, I'm going to go protest today because I don't want the illegals to be deported because they committed a crime. Oh, I don't want the illegals to be held after they just ran over somebody in a car and they were drunk. I don't want the illegals to have bail after they've done slash some kid's throat. What are we doing here? What are we talking about here? I mean, we've all heard the horror stories. This goes on and on and on and on and on. Why isn't Lemon talking about that? Like, this is dumb. And he knows good and well the Constitution, unless he's read it. He needs to go see Andrew over here. Andrew up in this corner over here.
Their view that Illinois...
He just covers it like, y'all got to check it out. He's going to let you know. Trump has the right to do this. It's in his constitutional right to do this, to protect America.
that's what the right has been fighting for decades, if not, since the Second Amendment was written. People, not just the right, but lately the right. They think that the Second Amendment is sacrosanct. So if it's sacrosanct for a certain kind of person, wouldn't it be sacrosanct for black and brown people? And that was my point.
Oh my God.
And then why don't we start with Megyn Kelly? Here's her response.
Go back and read what the Second Amendment says. And perhaps it will knock some sense in the heads of these people who are saying, well, it's all great. I don't believe they're doing it without due process. They're asking people for papers. They're not really beating people up. These people are doing things that are illegal. Nobody is illegal. It is a misdemeanor to cross the border.
Okay, I don't know when he developed a lisp, but now he has a lisp, I guess.
Here's the thing, Megyn.
When I first heard it, I thought, well, either he just had a glass or two of wine before he got on air, or he's not wearing some piece that's in his mouth. But let's hear Don's excuse for why he sounded like that. Now, look, I'm thinking he had some wine. I don't know. I don't think it was technical error.
That is distorted audio from, for some reason, whoever recorded it. The audio came out that way. Maybe they had the echo cancellation on or something was wrong. So it made me sound like this. So I don't have a lisp, as you know, because you listen to me all the time. I'm sure you've heard my voice. I don't have a lisp.
Any technical people out there know that that effect would put a lisp in the speech? I've never heard of such a thing. Now, my stuff acts up all the time, and it'll start crackling, but it just kind of like, what is it? Lag. I have a lag problem. Don, I don't know, buddy. I don't know, man. I'm thinking you had a couple of, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
The second thing is what I said after that. She cut out. She deliberately. Say? How did it end, Andy? I forget. What did she say? Back it up just a little bit. Just what right there.
Illegal. Nobody is illegal. It is a misdemeanor to cross the border.
Okay, I don't know when he.
And then I said it's a misdemeanor to cross the border, and then I go on to say unless you do it. I think I said it in that clip, but I've said it before. If you do it again or a number of times, and then it goes up. So I said I'm not sure exactly.
What the fuck is he talking about? So it's not he's saying it's not a misdemeanor if you sneak across the border. So what? What is he saying? So somebody snuck across the border, but then they got kicked back over the border, but then they snuck back in again, and then the charges go up and up until it's a felony? Is that what you're saying? Look, I am not an educated person. I did not go to college. I have a GED. But that does not make sense to me. Like, you can sneak across the border. You get sent back, but if you keep coming back, then the charges build up, and then it becomes a felony? What the hell are you talking about? The first time you cross the border, that's it. You've done committed the crime. You need to get shit back. But see, now it ain't what he just said, where they got sent back and then they can come back. No. We done blocked off the border. You ain't coming back. You ain't coming back. So Don, I really don't know what that logic. I can't follow it. I'm sorry. Somebody explain it to me. Oh shit.
Sure if I said it in that clip, but I've said it in this conversation and in other conversations. But they cut that out. So no, I don't have a list.
Cut that
it's
out.
Distorted audio. I don't know what happens. And also, if they're recording it on
distorted audio, and then they recorded it on something else that made him sound like he had a lisp. Damn. I'm like, bro, just own it, man. Own it. You had a few to drink. You was in the moment.
On Substack, for some reason, it does that. Okay, though I do not sound like Mike Tyson. Go on, Megyn.
Developed a lisp, but now he has a lisp, I guess. And he's out there actually saying that they're tearing Americans out of their homes and deporting them without due process. That's a lie.
Pause.
That is
Okay,
a
that's
lie.
not a lie. I said that they were detaining them. I didn't say that they were deporting them. So that is a lie. Megan, do you even, or do you just, what your producer tells you, whatever that guy is? There's a producer that Megan has who used to work at CNN, and I think he was like Piers Morgan's like social media producer.
Oh,
But then they prop him
snap.
up like he like was some guy who ran the company. He was not an executive. He was like the social media guy back when social media did not have as much clout as it does now. Like, and they were trying to build it. So, and now he's like, I think he's still there. He works for Megan. Megan, do you listen to your stuff that you're gonna talk about, that you're gonna talk shit about, or do you just go by what your producers say?
Instead of attacking Megan, this is why I'm laughing. Instead of attacking her because she misquoted him, he should say, no, Megan. And he should have pulled up the whole original tape and played it for us. He has not done that. I don't know if he's going to do that. I haven't watched all of this. This is what he should have done. Let me play you the original clip in its entirety so we can get what I said. We can clarify what I said. I didn't say he was deporting them. I said they were detaining them. I mean, but nope. He's got to attack her. He's got to say, do you even watch what you do? Or are you just going by your editor, your producer, or whatever is just throwing this stuff out? Are you even paying attention? He's just jealous. She's got like 4-point-some million subscribers. He hasn't even scratched 100 yet, but he's close. He's close. But I'm just saying realistically, y'all. Either you own it or you don't, or you put up the evidence. Why are you attacking her personally? I'm just asking the questions here. It's not that I'm defending Megyn Kelly, because I'm not. I'm just saying, Dawn, you're telling the audience, me, because I'm watching you, you're saying she misrepresented you. She misquoted you. She didn't finish the whole segment of what you were saying. Plus, you said you didn't say deport. You said detain. So, what? Play it. That's the best defense, right? I don't know. Play it again. Play it again for us so we understand it. But no, you go and attack her personally.
Because I never said they were deporting people. I said that they were detaining people. And we have the evidence and the proof. Go look at the ProPublica. Go look at our reporting. We were on the ground. Maybe she should get from behind the desk and actually go out to some of the.
Somebody said, Megyn Kelly, use your ears and brain. Common now. Oh, come on now. Really? This is Don Lemon's audience. Typing that in. Megyn Kelly, use your ears. Didn't you hear what Don said? How could you misquote him when you heard it? You're just being a bitch. Oh my God. This is hilarious.
With these places and witness some of the stuff and do some like actual real reporting. But I don't think she's a reporter. She's just like an anchor, a talking head. Keep going.
There is not an American citizen who's not entitled to and doesn't get due process. The whole battle we're having
is a lie.
Over people who are here illegally, or in some cases who are here on a temporary visa that can be withdrawn just as easily and quickly as it was granted, because they are guests here and their invitation does not have to be never ending. So you spout off about certain things, or the State Department deems you to be a potential danger. Yeah, your visa is probably going to go away. But actually rounding people up is only happening to suspected illegals who
pause.
The one.
Megan, that is a fucking lie.
Why?
Or you're either intentionally lying or you're misinformed and you just don't know.
Why is it a lie?
Or do you actually read anything other than like, the Daily Caller or the right wing people are listening to all the folks on the right?
Holy shit.
Because if you actually did it doesn't take, just do a Google search. Why don't you go back and watch our shows from Chicago? And there is a citizen.
No. You just told her to do a Google search. You need to put it up on the screen right now. What's up with the visas? Is she lying about the visas? Come on, tell me. Tell me.
A man, I'm going to play him in a bit. A black man born in America who was detained for 10 hours. Keep going.
One black guy. We found one. That was an American citizen. They arrested 20 people. And if one of them was like, oh, hey, man, you can go. But we had to detain you and see what's up. That's normal. That shit happens. What are you talking about? It was a black guy, and they detained him for 10 hours. Oh, my God.
Who are getting shipped out immediately already have a prior order of deportation. And the ones who actually get housed and then offered a trial are ones who need some order of administrative hearing, which they get before they get deported. There's been one category of people used under the Alien Enemies Act, where Trump went to a more extreme measure on all people who were here illegally. Illegally. It was all not U.S. citizens. That's what they want you to believe. And on top of all that, what he is having people to believe is that if you get a knock from an ICE agent on your door, no matter who you are, if you're black or brown, you're going to get arrested and shipped out without due process.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lie. That kind of messaging is going to get an ICE officer shot and killed.
Okay, Megan.
Oh, and that's what he wants. Okay, because so look up here we have fund the chaos through leftist foundation. Silence dissident by labeling patriots racist and phobic. Make immigration laws unenforceable. Censor truth tellers who dare to expose it.
First of all, I said nothing about shooting or violence. As a matter of fact, I said I'm not condoning violence. I didn't tell anyone to do that. I just said go check out.
It implies it. It implies it when you say that. It's called the rhetoric. It's like everybody calling Trump Nazi and all of this stuff. And then now, look, Charlie Kirk gets shot and killed because of his speech. Because you got crazy lunatics listening to your bullshit, listening to the far left bullshit. And that guy that killed Charlie was a left-leaning lunatic who was gay, and he dated a guy who thinks he's a woman. And then he felt like, oh, Charlie, he didn't like what Charlie said about, the trans and the trans movement. This is absurd. Charlie had a gay guy helping get President Trump elected, a part of the Turning Point team. I saw him on the night of the election. And this guy, Charlie's talking to him via satellite. I was like, whoa, I'm thinking to myself, this guy is gay. But he was a good-looking guy, but he was gay. And Charlie didn't have no problem with it. As far as he didn't have a problem with him for him working in his organization, helping getting Trump. And he was very kind to Charlie. Y'all need to go check out Charlie Kirk's coverage of the night of the election and then find that clip.
Out your rights. And perhaps you should, if you are legal, do it legally. Perhaps you should own a gun, black and brown people. It just scares people when you say that. You know what I'm saying? So none of what you said there, actually everything that you said in there was built on something that I didn't say, or something that was a lie, or something that you wanted to interpret. I didn't say that people were being shipped out. I said they were being detained, that they were getting scooped up. And we have evidence of it.
And so? And so what if they are? So what? Who cares? ICE is doing their job. They'll be released if they're innocent and legal in the country. Who gives a shit? Shut up.
Megan, do you believe everything that comes out of Donald Trump's mouth? It's like everything that comes out of his mouth, gospel? Truthful, blood.
Holy crap, you thought everything that came out of Obama's mouth and came out of Biden's mouth, I'm sure, was the Holy Grail. Just saying.
Coming out of your wherever? Was that gospel? Was that truthful? She had blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever, and now you are carrying water and kissing Donald Trump's ass, the man who insulted you beyond an insult?
This is the tactic. This is the tactic with the rhetoric, is if you don't have anything, you attack them personally. They've been doing this for years. I remember 25. I know I always bring up Rush Limbaugh, but I was a Rush baby when I was in my late 20s listening to this stuff, and I listened to him, and he influenced me greatly. He said in one of his shows, when they don't have nothing, they can't debate you on the policies. They go for personal attacks. And then after that, we saw massive personal attacks through ads for the rest of that, for at least the last 25 years. It's gotten worse and worse and worse on the personal attacks and the ads.
Girl, bye. Okay.
He said, girl.
Now Matt Walsh. Here he is.
Oh, bro, you just insulted the shit out of her. When you should have just brought up facts on the screen. Bring up facts on the screen to back up your argument. That's all I'm saying.
I'm bringing that. That's an insult we need to bring back into circulation, doofus, because it really applies to Don Lemon. That's just every time I see him, it's actually the first thing that pops in my head. I don't know. There are a lot of insults that fit him really well. Some we can say on camera and some we can't. But doofus.
Some that we can say on camera and some we can't. Now remember, he's in digital. He's streaming. He can say whatever he wants. So what are you saying, Matt Walsh? What word?
Oh my God. I like Matt Walsh. Now, we went as a family. We went and watched this movie, What's a Woman? Was that what it was called? It was great. It was so good. Because Matt Walsh wasn't going to get in the gutter with you. He just called you a doofus. You should be glad.
Or pejorative, would you like to insult me with? That you cannot say on camera. I want to hear it.
No.
What name would you like to call me that you can't say on camera? Does it begin with an N?
Oh, no, he didn't.
Or maybe it begins with an F.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Because those are the only words that I think that you could say those. You could. So
nah, he could have called you a retard. He could have dumbass. But no, you had to go there. You had to get in the gutter with that kind of talk.
Why don't you just go ahead and say it if you want to say it and stop using that code? Because I believe that's the only thing that you cannot say on camera, that you believe you can't say on camera, Matt Walsh. So that's how your criticism starts.
I say retard.
You start by calling me a name.
I like it.
And then you start by lying about what I said. Huh. Now you guys tell me in the chat what you think that word is, or the name that he can't call me on camera, what you think it is.
Oh, okay. So they're just going to speculate. All right.
Telling.
Is a good one. And it fits him, suits him well. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is that Don Lemon just explicitly encouraged people to go out and buy a gun and use it against federal law.
That's a lie. I never said that. Not once did I say that. And I also said I am not condoning or encouraging violence. I just want people to know their rights. I want people to read the Constitution.
I wonder if Matt Walsh. I need to go to Matt
Wash's
channel.
If legally, if they have a right to carry, if they can, the Constitution says so. That's the Second Amendment. Isn't that what you guys are? So then if I'm encouraging violence, then you have been encouraging violence for decades. Because I'm sure that you have been pro the Second Amendment, and they want to take our guns. They took our guns.
Oh, Don, the left, your party, has been wanting to disarm Americans forever. That's no big secret. Now, look, guys, I don't know for sure if he said that. Maybe I'm going to go look for it. I think I'm going to go look for it.
Go on.
Enforcement officers. That is a crime. Speaking of crimes, that's a crime. And not a misdemeanor either, by the way. Threatening government officials, and that's what this was unambiguously, is a felony punishable. Well, it was published on that, but punishable by 5 years in prison. And given that he was encouraging people to commit this crime in order to avoid being arrested for committing another crime, then you could also say this is obstruction of justice. I mean,
let's just say that.
Wait. I'm going to say pause too. Matt Walsh is very respected. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I really don't think Matt Walsh would say this if he didn't research it and it was factual. That Don Lemon here, which Matt wants to dub him doofus, said these things, like invoking some violence amongst the blacks and the browns to rise up or whatever. I don't even know what the fuck he said, to be honest with you. But if Matt is saying this, guys, it's probably it's probably true, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I need to go look this up. All right, I went and found an article, and it was pretty quick that I found it. And it was in You know the video he showed earlier before he put Megyn Kelly on, because Megyn Kelly was responding, I guess, to that video, whatever, him and that guy. Which that guy he was talking to, by the way, was a left-wing, total left turd. So this is Newsweek. So you got Newsweek. What does this say? Fox News host mocks Don Lemon for Melania. I don't even know what that is. Why would Don Lemon mock Melania Trump? That's just pathetic, bro. Let's see. It says Don Lemon has sparked fury within the Make America Great Again movement after suggesting people arm themselves in case of a visit by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents. The journalist and former CNN anchor had suggested on a podcast, The Left Hook with Waja Allah. Okay, so y'all can go look that up because apparently it is on that black people, brown people of all stripes should legally get a gun in case their homes were visited. And also added he was not condoning or promoting violence. So, I think this was a clever way for Don to tell people, go get you a gun in case somebody knocks on the door. So, we all probably can read between the lines that he was meaning ICE. Of course, people should, if you want to have a gun to protect your home from burglars, that's different. What has everybody been bitching about the last 2 weeks? Is all this shit happening in all these cities with ICE agents being under attack by these agitators being paid. And so Don Lemon is on the side of illegals, obviously. So I think he tried to do this in a clever way. Okay, so just on a podcast, The Left Hook with Wachaha Allah, that black people, brown people, all of all stripes, should legally get a gun in case their homes were visited. So he could get away with saying, well, I wasn't telling them they need to, get guns against ICE, but bro, that's exactly what you were doing. That's exactly what you... Newsweek reached out to ICE and Lemon to comment on this story outside of normal businesses. Let's see. Since assuming office in January, President Donald Trump has made deporting undocumented immigrants a key priority. While some are in favor of increased scrutiny of people's legal status, some critics have raised concerns about ICE agents' expand authority to conduct raids in immigrant rights groups. Of course, lawyers and other stakeholders have questioned the legality and ethics of their actions. Make immigration laws unenforceable. Remember this as we're talking. Censor truth tellers and fund the chaos. Fund the chaos through leftist foundations. Fund it. So that was that story there. So that's what we got here. That's what we got here.
I forget what the percentage is, producers, if you can tell me. The percentage of people who have actually been detained who have criminal backgrounds, very low. So
it doesn't matter, does it? You came into the country illegally, so it didn't matter if you don't have a criminal background that we can't find. You're here illegally, so you already broke a crime. You have to go. Period.
That part is also a lie. And if there's no due process, and if you're not showing people a warrant or probable cause, then your due process rights are being violated. And U.S. citizens are being detained.
How can you have due process rights like as an American citizen? You don't have the same rights as an American citizen. And I think, and I'm going to go out on a limb here, there is probably a minuscule low percentage of them actually getting somebody who maybe they're black, maybe they're brown, maybe they're Chinese, but they're legal and they're fine. Guess what the ICE is going to do? They're going to let them go.
So another response based on a false premise of a distortion of my words. Him and Megyn Kelly. Keep going.
At least 2 felonies that Don Lemon just committed. At least 2. So he should be arrested today. He committed a crime. That's not free speech. You have no right to say that. You don't have a right to just say whatever you want, actually. There are some things you don't have a right to say. And one of those things is to tell people to go out and shoot and kill federal agents. You don't have a right to say that. You should go to jail.
I didn't say that. I mean, is that, I mean, knowing that I didn't say that, and if I tell you I didn't say it and go back and then you continue to say it, is that defamation? Is that libel?
Well,
is that slander? I don't know.
Go sue him, Don. If you think he's wrong.
Can you just go back to the beginning and just pause?
And
Since, you know, Matt Walsh is go back to the end of this and just pause. You can just put up the pause picture. So he's talking about a crime. You can put it up, Andy. So you know what a crime is?
Damn, I wish I had somebody I could ask to put all that stuff up for me. I'm having to do this by myself. Say, Andy, I need this article. I need you to fact check this, and I need you to do that. If he's got somebody helping him, bro, pull up the full clip of what you said. I just found an article saying you said something. I don't have an Andy. I wish I had.
A crime is that jacket you're wearing, if you want to be petty. Since you're being petty, a crime is that jacket. A crime is that beard. A crime is the fake fireplace.
Here we go. Remember when I talked about you don't have nothing, you got to go to a tax. You got to go to a tax. If he thinks that this is defamation, which Don Lemon just said that, then he needs to sue Matt Walsh. If Matt Walsh is defamating his character, then go sue him by all means.
Behind you, that decor. That is criminal.
Nope, that decor is awesome, and I like his jacket. What the hell are you talking about, bro?
Should I call the decoration police or the fashion police?
Oh my God, it's been the year of the memes, and the right has made the best memes ever. Hello. Here's Don trying to be funny. He's not funny. This is not funny. Him saying we need to call the police on his background and his stupid beard and his jacket. No, bro, give it up, bro. Give it up. It's not it's not funny.
That's a crime, Matt Walsh. Do better.
Wow.
Probably not a bad looking man under there.
Wow.
But you're looking very JD Vance.
Wow.
Maybe you want to try some eyeliner, and then you'll be like a twin. Damn. You guys will look exactly alike. Lose the glasses, try some eyeliner, and then get an ill-fitting suit that's too small for you. And you can go as JD Vance for Halloween. Wow. Dead ringer. You want to be?
Is that funny? No, it's not. It's not even that Don's being petty, which he is. It's stupid. It's not even a good petty. It's not even good, bro. Stop.
Petty?
Just stop.
All right, let's go. Do you want to be petty?
Who else is he going to interview? Because I'm already...
Keep going. That's it, right? All right, let me see who else. Fox News is next.
I'm already tired of him.
Ready to win big with Zinn?
Bro, I'm already tired of him. My God. He's wearing me out.
Premium prizes.
All right. Joey, let's start with you. And let's start.
It's the 5, man. It's like the most popular show on Fox News. I don't watch it, by the way.
With Don Lemon's point that he made there, everybody should go out and get a gun.
Yeah, I agree with him completely. Everybody should go out and get a gun legally where you can. The problem is just about any city that has laws he's advocated for, you can't get one legally, even if you are a citizen. On top of that, if you are a citizen and they're coming to your house and beating the door down, it's because your hermano is illegal.
He said the cities he told these people to get a gun. It's not legal for them to do it. They're liberal cities. Have these such strict gun laws. The criminals have more guns than the police. Come on, my guy. That's funny.
Legal. And he's wanted for rape.
That is a lie. Oh, he's going back to the they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crimes, they're rapists, and some I would imagine are people because he's bringing up the R word. Okay. So again, another response, a defense built on a false premise of something that is not happening and something that I did not say. So I want you to hear all of his words. Just back it up a little bit because he's saying they're coming because your man is,
please, because I was fixing to back it up myself.
Is a rapist or whatever he's saying. Keep going.
one legally, even if you are a citizen. On top of that, if you are a citizen and they're coming to your house and beating the door down, it's because your hermano is illegal and he's wanted for rape or murder. He brought a backpack of drugs here with him and he needs to go. And if you have a problem with that and pull a gun out on ICE for doing their job, you'll suffer the same lowly fate that a lot of people have, and then they'll all be crying at your funeral. That's just the truth of it. Absolutely, the Second Amendment is in part to repel tyranny. This isn't tyranny. This is the law. This is enacting the law. And let's just say, if anything happens to an ICE agent, Don Lemon now has blood on his hands. If he had a platform big enough to reach people that we didn't lend him by playing that video.
Oh,
burn.
Thank you. I mean,
that was a burn.
I have no idea who you are, sir.
Now you do.
I have never seen you before, but yet you are talking about me. So perhaps I have a platform that's big enough for you to respond to.
The 5 on Fox is talking about you. They're discussing you at a round table for what you said. It's not that you are this prolific, amazing person that they're not glorifying you, my guy. So don't get your head too big now. Come on.
Because otherwise you would not. So that's contradiction at all. And by the way, the platform is really great. Thank you. Closing in on 1 million. So like and subscribe. That's my thing. But first of all, I never said that anybody should harm anyone. I'm just saying exactly what you were saying. Now in the beginning of that, they all had, because they're caught. They all said, well, I agree with Don Lemon. I agree with Don Lemon. But then they have to insult me because that's the only defense that they really have.
He just insulted the shit out of Megyn Kelly. Matt Walsh insulted the young man who was saying, well, I agree with him, but hey, if somebody's coming and knocking at your door, that one Jose is a rapist, a criminal, he's an illegal, this is why they're banging on their door. But Don here insults all of them. But then he just comes out and says, they got nothing, so they got to insult me. For his audience, he should have put up, this is the whole video in context, the whole discussion. Let's put this to bed right now. And that would have been the end of it. But Don had nothing. So he insulted Matt Walsh, Megyn Kelly, and then this guy. And then he has the audacity, which is hilarious, to say they got nothing. He's just got to insult me.
Because for decades they have been spouting the Second Amendment is sacrosanct.
Oh my God.
You said I can defend my property. You're not taking my guns. You're not whatever. I have a right to. Okay, same thing goes now.
Wow. So he just said that in a mocking way of Americans who have always said, yeah, I've got a right to defend my property. Because when those illegals were running across the border in Arizona, Texas, all those people, I mean, they were really in danger. You had people who break into other people's homes, and they do want to protect themselves. But he's just, I'm just an American citizen. I just want my gun. So he is mocking Americans. John Lemon is, and he's an American himself. But he is mocking you for you saying that you have a right to own a gun.
To black and brown people, they have the right to defend themselves and their person, and they also have a right to carry a...
No shit, Sherlock. Duh. What is... This is separating the divide of bilingualism and multiculturalism. It's part of this 7 plan, and that we have been divided. Why is he distinguishing himself with black and brown to other Americans who say, we just want to own our guns and blah, blah, blah. But black and brown people can do it too. What the fuck are you talking about? All Americans can own a fucking gun. What the hell are you saying? This is how he just portrayed it to me, is what he's saying. How he worded it is that we are separated. You have one set of white American over here who wants to tote their guns to protect their property. But then, hey, black and brown people, we can get guns too. What the fuck are you saying? If you're an American and you want to buy a gun, I don't care what color you are, go get a fucking gun. Damn. Don, bro, what are you doing?
Weapon. a gun. That's what the Second Amendment is about. Remember that.
No shit.
Government overreach, a tyrannical government, a well-regulated militia.
Wow. I'm in shock that there's gambling in this establishment.
So thank you. I forget his name or whatever. I'm sure you're a decent human being, but I have never seen you before. I have no idea who you are. And you're on a borrowed platform. This is my own.
Okay, that was lag, but it did not. That lag right there did not slur his speech.
And doing very well. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh. These people are so fucking ridiculous. And so and embarrass themselves. So like they have no defense. And so what I have found, the best way to respond is to kind of like, kind of not the same as what Gavin Newsom does. So Gavin Newsom does it on social media, and so he pretends, or not pretends, he acts like, I guess it's pretending to be Trump in his responses, except it's him, right? So he's doing this thing. But all I'm doing is I'm trying to show you what you have said, and if it's good for you, then it's good for me. And it's good for everybody. If the Second Amendment applies to you, if it applies to white guys in trucks, if don't tread on me applies to, as I said, to white guys in trucks, but then not to everybody else, not to immigrants.
What the fuck is he talking about? The way he's talking is to separate us. And that's exactly what he's doing. If you're an American, it doesn't matter what color you are. You can get a fucking gun. Don't tread on me. It's for every American. Again, his speech is clearly screaming to me that there's separation according to him. That there's a different set of rules for black and brown, and there's a different set of rules for whites. But no, that's not true.
Then everything that you said is bullshit. It is BS. And I got to say, should we play the DL thing? Let's play DL, but roll DL in because we've seen the whole Megyn Kelly thing. So just roll for DL's response after he plays the Megyn Kelly clip. So he plays the Megyn Kelly clip, and then this is DL Hughley.
It's August 1992, Ruby Ridge, Idaho. Federal officers attempt to serve an arrest warrant on one Randy Weaver. Shots ring out. An 11-day standoff ensued. Now, one of Randy Weaver's children was killed, I believe his son. Also, Kevin Harris was a friend of Weaver's, killed a federal officer. Both Randy Weaver and Harris went to trial. Weaver was acquitted of the most serious charges, found guilty of the felony gun charge. Kevin Harris was charged with murder, and he was acquitted of murder of a federal officer, and he was acquitted because he argued that those federal officers never identified themselves. They wore camouflage, they wore masks, and they didn't know who they were. And the jury agreed with him. After Randy Weaver got out, his family was awarded $3.1 million. So federal officers showing up, heavily armed, without masks, with masks and camouflage, not identifying themselves, resulted in a shootout. And those men were found not guilty. Those men did the very thing that the Second Amendment is for. When they believe that a tyrannical government overreaches, this is the remedy that the Second Amendment offers. I wonder if Megyn Kelly thinks that Don Lemon is wrong, or that Don Lemon just ain't white.
Oh my gosh, I love this so much.
95? Who was president in 95? Good Lord. Wasn't it Clinton? Hold up a second. Let me check this out. Bill Clinton was president in 1995. We all know about what was the Davidian compound with David Koresh. All that shit was Clinton's administration that did all that shit. And it went in a bunch of the whole place burned. There was children were killed. I think he was suspected of, he was like an occult figure, whatever, David Koresh. And that he was somehow suspected of child abuse or whatever, polygamy or whatever the hell was going on. But anyway, here comes, Clinton had a woman that was in charge of that. What the hell was her name? Big burly woman. God damn it. I don't want to go look up more shit, y'all. I just looked up who was the president at the time, and then I remembered the shit that went on during when Clinton was president. He was president from like 93 to what, 2000 something? Yeah, he served 8 years, whatever. But that was Clinton, bro, who all this stuff.
Such hypocrites. Thank you, DL, for that. Because, again, Megan, do your homework. Matt Walsh.
No. He shouldn't have brought that guy on there and talked about some incident and what was the political ramifications around that. Who were all these fuckers in office at the time who did this shit? It was Clinton.
Do your homework. And remember, you saw the man in Wheeling, Illinois. You heard
He told Megan to do her homework.
him. He's pissed off.
Holy shit.
These people out here marauding the streets with masks are stirring up anger, and I'm afraid stirring up violence. And I'm afraid people are going to get hurt. I don't want that to happen. If you don't believe that people are being rounded up, I want you to meet, this is a man. That's why I tell Megan, Matt, get out there and go do some reporting if you're going to talk about it. Don't just rely on your producers or what you hear from other people. This is Luther, who was rounded up by ICE agents.
One guy.
Taken to the detention center.
There's one guy.
Here he is.
So when I've heard people say they're not just rounding people up, they're getting identification. They're not being rough with people. What do you say?
They're lying. Whoever's saying that, they're lying. They're not checking IDs. Okay.
I had a conversation with a woman the other day. She said her dad had been deported several times, but they weren't roughing people up. They weren't taking them off the street without due process and without proper warrants.
No, that's not true.
Oh, wait. He just said I talked to this woman and he said her dad kept getting deported. Wait, we got to back that up because did I hear what I thought I heard? Come on, here we go.
I had a conversation with a woman the other day. She said her dad had been deported several times, but they weren't roughing people up. They weren't taking them off the street without due process and without proper warrants.
What the fuck? No. I talked to this woman. She said her daddy been deported several times. How the hell did he keep getting back in the United States? What the fuck? What the fuck is that? Oh, shit. I'm like, did he just say what I thought he said? I had to play it back. Oh, my God. We got to hear it again. Oh, shit. We got to hear this again. Oh, damn it. Did I miss it? No, I got to find it.
Hear from other people. This is Luther.
Luther!
Who was rounded up.
Oh, my God.
By ICE agents.
Poor
Taken
Luther.
to the detention center.
Holy shit. Where'd he find
So when I've heard people say they're not just rounding people up, they're getting identification. They're not being rough with people. What do you say?
They're lying. Whoever's saying that, they're lying. They're not checking IDs. Okay.
I had a conversation with a woman the other day. She said her dad had been deported several times, but they weren't roughing people up. They weren't taking them off the street without due process and without proper warrants.
No.
I don't know about y'all, but that's hysterical. Maybe I'm getting tired because this video's getting long. He said, I talked to a woman. Her dad had been deported several times. What the fuck? What's he doing? He kept getting caught? Wait a minute, I want to know more. Forget this guy he's talking to. I want to know about this woman's daddy. He's deported several times. Where's he at now? I would be asking that question. Like, what? Oh, shit.
No, that's not true.
Oh, shit.
That's not true because the building behind me was the building that they were targeting.
Oh. This building right here, the orange brick building?
Oh, shit. Is that one?
And I couldn't understand why they were at my building because my building is not there. I'm a block over in the middle of the block.
My building's not there. My building's over here. So I don't know why they were... Don Lennon found this guy. Holy shit.
Block. So I didn't see any reason for them to be bothering us.
They were just scooping people up randomly, you think?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And
of
even
course.
people that were just hanging out here, were all rounded up as well.
Just people hanging out. Just people hanging out. Just people he grew up with, he says. People are people that he knew,
so
his
innocent.
neighbors. Here's one more of him being detained despite being a citizen and wanting to show them his proof.
And with me being a U.S. citizen, I felt that I was fine. I didn't feel that I had anything to worry about. I felt sorry for a lot of the people who were getting scooped up, because I was under the impression that they were Latino or something like that, right?
Oh.
But you could look at me and see that I'm black. I don't care if you were black, if you were dark-skinned, light-skinned, they were just scooping people up, period.
You think they were doing that to people they think didn't have the resources to fight back?
That I couldn't say.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
That I couldn't say.
That was Luther's story. By the way, just so you know, these are the facts.
Where the fuck he find Luther? Luther said, my building's not over there. My building's over there. I talked to a woman. Her daddy was deported several times. Shit. I'm glad I didn't stop the video. That was the funniest part of the whole damn video. Holy shit.
The majority of individuals in detention, this was as of September 2025,
tell us,
had
Don.
no criminal conviction. Out of the 59,762 detainees, 42,755, which was 71.5%, had no criminal conviction. Matt Walsh, Megyn Kelly, and whoever else jumps on this bandwagon, Fox News, and the dude, I have no idea who he is. Other data from August of 2025 indicates a similar trend, with about 70% of detainees lacking criminal conviction. We're only going to pick up the bad guys and the criminals. That's what Trump said. And then Matt Walsh says, these are criminals or whatever. And then Megyn Kelly says, there are no U.S. citizens are being detained.
Oh, shit.
And then the guy on Fox News says, it's all because they're criminal and they're illegal and they're, rapists. That's what he says.
And murderers.
Please do some reporting. Please look at the facts. I'd rather spend my time not having to respond to bogus criticism and people who don't have facts.
Actually, it wasn't a bogus criticism of him. I need to see him standing with, dude. Oh, shit. What is that? That was scary. Oh, there he is. You said some things implying. That sent off this firestorm. And you probably enjoying because it's giving you some attention. Because you're controversial. Well, I don't know where he found this old man. Yo, literally. Here comes all these big hunky big guy ISIS guys and the militia. They just scooped up all these black people. They just scooped up this old man and took him in. What do you think? Now, if some people are going to get picked up that they're going to end up releasing, yeah. I don't see him. He's not still locked up. It happens. It's going to happen. The problem I have with Don is he's taking the sides of the illegals and not the side of America. He wants to separate us by color. He brought it out several times through this one video we just watched of him. He sarcastically mocks white Americans wanting to have their right to bear arms. But then right after he mocks, what does he say, guys? He goes, yeah, and black and brown people can do it too. See the trend on me sign? We can do it too. What the fuck is wrong with you? Nobody ever said a black person couldn't own a gun unless you're a convicted felon, which I'm sure Don Lemon and the rest of those libtards would love to get that changed. They got bleeding hearts. They want these criminals on the street. They don't want the police. They want to defund the police. They want no bail. We all saw it. I don't even have to pull anything up. Everybody already freaking knows this shit. But I had fun with that, y'all. I want to know more about Chick, whose dad got deported several times. She told Don Lemon this. Hell, I wanted more of the story, Don. What the shit? And there you go. And there you go.